WNBA, what do I always say? The gift that keeps on giving. And if there's anybody who is welcome to chime in and blast Kathy Engelbert and blast the WNBA for the officials, it is.
I think overall, that we've always had fans that deeply care and have been there from the very get-go. I just think now we have the platform that not only highlights us as players, but highlights our fan base.
Highlights Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, Lexi Hall, team names, and more according to multiple insiders. This moment became the breaking point due to what was unfolding behind the scenes in the WNBA, ignoring, benching, questionable fouls, and silence from the top until now but today. They refused to stay quiet. What they allegedly revealed has the league panicking. Stay tuned, because this isn't drama, this is a bombshell.
To be up out of here, because you want to know why? They ain't got to pay them nothing. They want the league to go back into the sunken place. And I believe the Indiana Fever was by far the first people to be on board. They the highest grossing, highest rated team in the entire league. Y'all think the Herman dude really want to pay these ladies $1 million a contract when he ain't got to? He been paying them what, 80,000, 90,000 a year? He don't want to pay them women $1 million if he ain't got to. What's the best thing to do? Make Caitlin Clark inactive?
For weeks, fans sensed something was wrong. Caitlin Clark absorbed heavy contact. No whistle. Sophie Cunningham played aggressive defense. Instant fouls. Lexi Halt brought energy and hustle, then was suddenly benched. Commentators brushed it aside. Coaches dodged questions. But fans weren't blind. The pattern felt deliberate. When patterns repeat, people start asking questions. Here's what insiders and analysts quietly began noting. Some players got leeway, others didn't. Certain reactions were tolerated, others punished immediately. Caitlin, Sophie, and Lexi played under a microscope. One mistake meant the bench, one emotion meant a technical, one hard foul meant review. Meanwhile, similar plays went unchecked. No calls, no reviews, no accountability. Fans called it bias. League officials called it flow behind closed doors. Tension was building quietly.
This should not be more physical than an NFL game. It shouldn't. Let's take a listen to what Lexi Hall had to say. And then I'm going to show you just a few of the people who went off on Kathy Engelbert and the WNBA refs this past season, because it was ridiculous.
Heard, but we are in a bit of a negotiation right now. We fight our rivals hard on the court, but now we're fighting for fair pay, safer play, and better resources for every player in the WNBA.
According to individuals close to the situation, the true breaking point didn't occur during games. It happened afterward, during meetings, film reviews, private discussions, and closed-door conversations. One message allegedly kept resurfacing: tone it down, fit the system, stop drawing attention like Caitlin Clark. To many, that sounded like being told to stop being Caitlin Clark or Sophie Cunningham. For Lexi Hall, it felt like intensity was being punished. Effort suddenly wasn't enough. That's when silence slowly turned into frustration. Now, this is where things become explosive. Multiple sources claim the three players eventually reached a point where enough was enough. There was no press conference and no angry social media posts. Instead, they reportedly spoke directly, firmly, and together. What came out of those conversations weren't accusations, but demands: fair officiating, consistent rotations, transparency from coaching staffs, and accountability from league leadership. Then came the shocking part. According to insider reports, a private internal memo surfaced, never officially confirmed, but widely discussed.
TV world, what did Bravo, what did people from Summer House have to say about all this?
You know that, I mean, this is like an unoriginal comment that people say, but when people say my two worlds colliding or whatever,
Really?
so
I've heard that, so I got so many DMs about that.
I just think of my sports world and the reality TV world are so just polar opposites to me that I never feel the crossover as much as it actually exists.
Someone DM'd me and they're like, you need to get on Winter House. I didn't even know that was a thing. Is that a thing?
Yeah, I've never done it. They did 2 or 3 seasons, 2 or 3. Oh, because season would be over.
Yeah, because Summer House I definitely can't do because of season, but they're like, get on Winter House. And I'm like, I don't even know what that is.
So that was a show that they did where it was they took people from 3 or 4 people from other shows and then put them all in a house in Colorado or Vermont.
The memo allegedly detailed concerns over market imbalance, fears of overexposing certain personalities, and plans to protect a competitive narrative. Fans translated it instantly: control the stars. When Caitlin Clark's name surfaced in those discussions, outrage erupted immediately to fans. It sounded like a league afraid of its own spotlight as this information spread. Pressure exploded. Coaches faced questions. League officials fell silent. No denials, no confirmations. Only silence, and silence in moments like this speaks volumes, because Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, and Lexi Hull weren't asking for favors, they were demanding fairness. When fairness becomes controversial, systems reveal themselves. Here's why this moment matters. This isn't one player complaining. It represents a structural issue far beyond individuals. This involves multiple players, different roles, different personalities delivering the same message. That isn't coincidence. That's culture. Fans recognized it instantly. Support poured in. Clips spread everywhere. Narratives shifted. Instead of being labeled problems, they became voices. Now the WNBA sits at a crossroads. Either double down on control or finally listen. Because stars don't destroy leagues, being ignored doesn't. Today, Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, and Lexi Hull made one thing clear: they're finished staying quiet. So now the spotlight shifts to you. Is the WNBA protecting balance or punishing individuality? Share your thoughts in the comments. Like if fairness matters, subscribe. Because this story isn't finished. This wasn't noise. This was a warning.